All right, do we have something cool to talk about today? This was loaned in from Alex over at the Watch and Cut channel and my co-host on EDC Hour. But it was sent in from NC Blades. So Alex bought this from NC Blade, Brandon and Tara. I totally spaced her name on the unboxing. Brandon and I have been friends for many, many years, long before they actually created the company. He was just buying, selling, trading, and whatnot in Facebook and whatnot way back. And he got so good at it and created a company, and here he goes. So super cool. He sent in a little pack of Skittles. Be smart and carry a sharp knife. I think that's really cool. And if you saw the unboxing, inside of the cardboard box, they had a picture of him, Tara, and the baby. Kind of thank you for supporting small business, things like that. I'm going to put a link to his website down below. You know, he didn't loan this in or anything, but it's worth giving a shout out to him because he has a small business and he was more than willing to ship this to me instead of to Alex. So here's the part number and a little bit about it. ProTech Malibu, really cool if you're into button locks. Button locks have never really been my thing, but this one is pretty sweet. I don't think the light is really catching it, but this is a bronze scales. And so it's a little bit got some heft to it. It weighs in at 4.9 ounces. So basically your same weight as a D-cell battery. Works great in the pocket. ProTech really does a nice job with their clips. They have recessed clip and countersunk hardware. You can't get any better than that. And it's a flat spot here on the bottom of the underside of the clip. So you're not really, the texture isn't working against you as you're trying to put this in and out of your pocket. So button locks typically have a light detent, if you will, because the button is what acts as the detent. This one has a mosaic pin. It's super cool. There are several cool little features about this knife. The mosaic pin, the bronze scales, the custom hand ground blade, which we'll see in just a second. All of it adds up to something really very cool. All right, without further ado, let's just fire out the blade. It is a Wharncliffe, and it's going to be a little tough to film here because it's a mirror polished blade. And, oh man, fingerprint on the swedge. A mirror polished swedge also. I don't love a mirror polish. Okay, that's not my jam. I am super glad that they did satin on the flats. But man, this is a crazy, wicked hollow grind. And that mirror polish is crazy. And the lights here, there's an LED light panel up above here. And that's how I light these. So you can kind of see the grid pattern there of the actual LEDs in the mirror polish here. It's crazy. So there's not a grid pattern on the light. It's just a shade, like a see-through material. But those are the actual individual LEDs that you were seeing. That's how mirror polish this thing is. It's crazy. Being a button lock, the action is super nuts. Drop shut beyond belief. So you really have to play with it because it's going to bounce. It's a timing thing. Anybody with a button lock knows it's just a timing thing to release the button at the right time. Because if you release it here, then you're good. But that's not as fidgety. So these are cool knives. I have really liked the Malibus in general. Wharncliffe is not my favorite blade shape, as we've talked about a lot before. But this one could really do some work. Is this a knife you're going to really go out and use with that mirror polished blade? I've had mirror polished blades before, and you look at them funny and they scratch. With mirror polished blades, you really have to be careful how you wipe them off. You really want to use a microfiber cloth like I did earlier. You want to just go in one direction, because if you're going in circles and stuff like that, you can put some little micro abrasions in the blades. So you got to be careful with mirror blades. That's one of the reasons I don't really love them. I do think they look cool. This one, being bronze, it is heavier and it doesn't have the copper smell. There is a bit of a scent to bronze though. So if you're sensitive to that stuff, this might not be the right one. The jimping on the flipper tab is really great. The angle, the shape, everything, it just grips. Like, you don't have to put much downward pressure. You're really just hitting the top and pulling straight back. It's a dream to fire. For a button lock on especially, it's even better. You can depress the button and then just swing it open. That's a thing also. So super fidgety. Let's get into some specs. 4 3/16, 7.5 overall, 3.3 inch blade, 0.027 behind the edge. The blade thickness is 0.122. I could not find what blade steel it is. I looked on the ProTech site. I looked on the NC blade site. I looked at several of the retailer sites. Nobody says what blade it is. All they talk about is that it was hand ground by Mike Erie. This is the only thing about the blade, and it being a Wharncliffe. So I don't know what blade steel it is. If somebody knows, comment down below. Weighs in at 4.9 ounces, and it's 0.481 thickness, and runs on bearings. Something else that's cool that really does help with the weight, I mean, you barely even need a light. You can start to already see the really deep pockets. And because there's no lock bar, you can have those deep pockets symmetrical on both sides. It's really, and those are super deep. I almost wish I could take it apart and measure how deep those are, because they're some of the deepest pockets I've ever seen. Super, super cool knife. Alex, thanks for sending this to me. I'm super glad to be able to handle it. And what's funny is Alex has never handled it. He thinks this might be a keeper. I sent him some other videos before I filmed this one, and before I even posted the unboxing, I sent some videos to Alex and some pictures. Here's a Spyder Codelica, and he's pretty excited about this one. He is sending me a box of knives to review. Here it is with a Sharpie. But I think I'm going to just jump this one in the mail right now today after I film this, which is filming on Monday, the April 9th, I guess it is, right? Day after Easter? Is it the 9th? Is it the 10th? I don't know. Whatever day it is, this is when I'm filming. I'm going to drop this in the mail to Alex today so that he gets it right away. This is the VC Edge interface. Because I just don't want him to have to wait until he sends me the box of whatever he's going to send me, 10, 15, 20 knives, for me to film all those and then ship it back. AA battery and D cell battery. I've done a lot of ProTechs before, and some I've really loved, some I haven't really loved. I'm not a huge automatic guy, although the ProTechs Fire automatic are great. I mean, they hit really hard when they fire open. This one, though, even though I'm not a Wharncliffe guy, something's pretty, just very sleek and sexy about this blade and this knife in general. Don't know if I want a bronze knife ever. But yeah, just, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. And please go check out my ProTech playlist in the corner, as well as Alex's channel, which I'll try to link over in the other corner. Have a great day, guys, and thank you for taking some time.